punks, thinking back to your youth, how did the two of you from Canada, from the UK, end up with a guy from Dayton? Are you originally from Dayton?
A one-legged the story? Okay. DOA was one of the founding touring punk rock bands that just went fucking everywhere. And they buggered through the States and went to Dayton, Ohio and played. Boom, he sees them and says to them,
next time you guys come back, we're going to be in a band, we're going to open for you. And they did. The next time they came back, we had Toxic Regions together, and we opened for them, and then it was like, where are you playing tomorrow? Oh, we're playing. Can we play with you? Sure. We'd go off to Kentucky with him. We'd go play other shows with him. We got to know him really well. And then Joey hooks us up with a show in Vancouver. I mean, we'd played all over the Midwest. We'd never gone that far away. Yeah. So we went. I had $20 in my pocket and clothes on my back and my guitar and amp. We all piled in the truck and drove up here, and we played a show with DOA and the Dead Kennedys at this huge ballroom place. It was packed. And we played one fucking show. And I'm in the back room, pilling about with some girl or something. I hear this, Bruce, Ed just punched Mark in the head.
Mark's the drummer.
Our drummer. He punched him in the head, and he dazzled him, bashed him pretty good. He flew back home, so we got stuck. And we stayed there for like a month. Yeah. Until we found a drummer.
I roadied for DOA, and they were at this place called Gore Street. Gore Avenue is this nasty little punk rock house where Dave Gregg lived, and they practiced at. And these guys are there eating potatoes. And I was catty corner across the street was Brain Eaters, a Vancouver band that had a studio. And I was recording there with No Exit and a studio. They had a little 4-track thingy.
That was a studio
it was a studio back in the day. And so my drums are all there and whatnot, but I wasn't there, and I didn't go to the show. It was at the Commodore Ballroom, big show, and I was 16. It was a big bar, but so I didn't go. And I just called in sick for work, and I hung up my phone, and my phone rang, and I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Greg, or it might have been Dave Gregg or Shithead told them about me. They said, well, our roadie's a pretty good drummer. And so they called me, and I thought they wanted me to be a roadie. They said, you know, have you heard of Toxic Reasons? And I said, oh, yeah, I saw the poster or whatever you just played down there. Yeah, we want you to come work with the band. I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And well, where do you keep your drums? And I thought, fuck, they want to use my drums too? Fuck, no. And I said, well, at Brain Eaters. And they said, oh, yeah, they told me that's right across the street. You want to come over tomorrow and jam? And I'm like, oh, you want me to play? Okay. So I went over there, and they had a single, War Hero, and they played the song War Hero, and then we went in the room and played that, and that was all right. And then they flipped over and played Somebody Help Me, and went in there and played that, and I was, that was all right. And they had a live tape from the show at the Commodore. It was like, they sounded great, and I was like, holy shit. And right then, Ron Reyes used to sing for Black Flag. He walks in and lays out this catering meal. And I thought, holy fuck, they hired Ron Reyes to deliver food. And I thought, these guys set up for fucking practices. Ron Reyes worked at a catering place that was leftover shit, and he just brought it over. These guys couldn't even afford a bag of potatoes. And but I'm sitting there, this rich American rock and roll, but I can party with you guys. And I thought I was nailing the practice. I found out later that Ed was like, holy shit, this kid's not gonna. But we got these, they had these shows booked in San Francisco and LA, and they had to do these shows or lose them and never get booked again or whatever. So the plan was I was going to drum with them, play those 3 or 4 shows, come back to Canada, they'd bugger off back to Ohio, and we'd figure it out. Yeah. And I joined the band. Boom, we go. The first show is in San Francisco with Dead Kennedys, Husker Du, and Church Police or whatever the fuck. And it was packed, and it was crazy, and my set list was a mile long. The name of the song, the one that you go tappity tap tap, boom boom smack, swoosh, and so I'm reading the whole thing, and I'd never played in front of that many people, and they're all going crazy, and the guy I talked to the most was the roadie, and I was like, holy fuck, this is kind of cool, And the next show was TSOL in LA, and then we came back, we played with Black Flag, and the next show after that was Flipper. And there's another funny story with the Flipper thing. But it was like, holy fuck, I played with the coolest bunch of things. And I was like, I don't want to go back to Vancouver. I want to stay with this band. I still thought that they were kind of rich and famous because we were playing these huge shows. And so they, yeah, sure, okay, you know, quit your shit in Canada and whatever. And so we went back to Vancouver, played another show in Vancouver, and got all my stuff. Boom, we came back, picked up our manager, and recorded a single with East Bay Ray. And but then we were like started playing, and that's when I found out that we didn't have any money. It's like, how much did we get? And it's per diem. We got $1. Got $1. I'm like, oh shit! And it's like too late. I already joined, and the rest is history. But the flipper thing, we we played with Dead Kennedys, Black Flag, TSOL, and at the TSOL show there was Channel 3, Saccharine Trust, and it was like this. It was great. And then someone said, "What's your next show?" I said, "Oh, with Flipper," and they they're bigger than all these. They're better than all. I'm like, really? Holy fuck! Right on. So we finished playing, and then I sit at the side of the stage, and they boom, boom, and the guitar player starts going, and I thought, oh wow, is he gonna tune up his guitar or something? And then the guy starts, and that went on for like an hour and a half, and I was like, holy shit. So my first experience with Flipper wasn't all that great.
They were awesome guys, though.
They were awesome guys, but
awesome
holy
guys.
crap, they were terrible. They were, yeah. Sorry.
They were never my kind of thing, so.
Yeah. And just a lot of noise and
Well, their guitar player's name was Ted, wasn't it?
yeah.
Ted, and then Bruce was the drummer.
Bruce Luce was the bass player.
Who was the
The drummer, I can't remember him. Oh, no. Well, there was this thing called the Alchemy Lab at the Elite Club in San Francisco. It was like they would have open mic night jams, and the drummer for I supplied the drums, and because it was I could store my drums, and they could all bang on them, and we're sitting there playing, and the drummer for no, it was Bruce Luce. Bruce Luce from whatever had a drink, and I said, "Oh, can I hit?" And I was like, "Oh, Jesus, what's that?" And he pulls his lollipop out. And he goes, "It was what I was soaking my putting my it was like some gooey shit water with his lollipop goo in it." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Yeah.
So yeah, not only did I not like their band, he was kind of a dick.
Yeah. Lollipop
Edit
goo.
that part out of there. Yeah.
Yuck.
But, San Francisco, it was a very cool place to live and be from and all that stuff. But it was so expensive to live there. But there was a lot of cool shit went on there. The on Broadway, the Maboo, hey, the Tool and Die, and the Elite Club was cool. It used to be the Fillmore or whatever. Yeah, it was actually right next to the Fillmore. The Fillmore was kind of condemned, so they had the building
played
next
at
to
the
it.
Kabuki Theater too?
Kabuki Theater with the Ramones. Played with the Ramones at the Kabuki Theater.
They were kind of big back in the day.
Yeah, that was.
The who? No.
Berkeley Square. That was a cool place, but there was never a crowd there. And oh God, someone recorded us live there, and they put it out as an album.
Yeah, really.
Live at Berkeley Square. It sounds cool as hell, and you can hear the hey.
Two people in the audience.
Yeah. My excuse for it is, it's a board tape. It's from there's no ambient mic. You can only the crowd. You can't hear it because they're not mic'd.
That's because
Good
they weren't
excuse.
there.
Because they weren't there. I mean, we played there with the Subs, and there was nobody there. And the next night we played with them in San Francisco, and it was packed. Yeah. So it's it was just a cool club. But
It's a matter of locations. Here in the UK,
Yeah.
bands play to packed houses. The next day they go a bit further out, like Skipton or something.
Yeah.
Nobody's there.
Because
So,
they're all out getting pregnant.
well, that's it.
But GBH and all them, they still pack the places around. No? Oh, really?
Not. They never really sell out the venues. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they still do well in the States.
Oh, yes, definitely. Here they'll play to what, 200-300 tops usually.
Birmingham, yeah.
Yeah, in Birmingham, they
makes
get
me
the
feel a
big
little
ones.
better.
That's about what they did in Indianapolis.
Oh, really? Yeah. Bruce went. Did you
I
go?
went.
Yeah.
I went back and talked to him after the gig.
Yeah.
Discharge of the big pullers still.
We played with them in San Francisco once. Yeah. We're playing with them again, aren't we? Tomorrow.
Play two bands.
playing tomorrow.
Second band after us.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Same stage, so we don't have to go too far.
Yeah.
We've got Jeff singing, who's American. And,
Yeah.
they're more like the old stuff. You're interviewing me now. Interview the cameraman.
The cameraman's getting in the middle of the interview, but yes, definitely go check out Discharge tomorrow at Rebellion.
I really don't remember. It was It was right when that "The more I see, the less I believe" came out. That was.
They had changed a little bit.
Yeah, they were a little
They
bit
went
different.
to being the hardcore punk thing, and they turned, and it was more like listening to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody in the crowd said. And they're like, ugh, I don't know if I like this. And I'm like going, I like it. I grew up listening to that kind of music. You know, when I was young, I was waiting for someone to invent punk rock. It's like, you know, we had to learn all these Led Zeppelin songs and Black Sabbath songs and all this crap. And you're like, and you hear punk rock, you're like, oh, I can play this. There's just like a 15-year-old trying to learn a guitar riff from a guy who's been playing guitars in his 30s when he was 18. You're like trying to play Over the Hills and Far Away, and you can barely play a fucking bar chord. You gotta know this song by tonight. You plink. I'm never gonna learn this fucking shit. And then you hear Holidays in the Sun. You're like, oh, whoa, C, B, A, and G. I can do this.
I can do that.
And then stay on the G, and stay on it again, and then start strumming it. It's like, whoa. What do I have to do now? It's just play it. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Well,
Love some punk rock though. Dead Boys and all them old bands. I fucking love that shit.